And I see the world very brightly. Why? Because I'm always with yogis. I seldom read the newspaper. I don't get caught too much in the politics and the injustice, even though I know it exists. And we're working all the time to help everything. But the gathering is mostly with community of oneness of one of breath. And it's like there's a lot of us, and it's growing. Yeah, we're small in percentage compared to those who haven't stepped into breath consciousness. But yet we're growing in numbers that you cannot imagine. From Vietnam, we're teaching to all over China now. We're in Rishikesh, and I went just to meditate. We went to just be still. That's not God's plans with us usually. I'm sitting, and there's 18 Chinese women from outside of Shanghai who come, hello, who are you, this, that. And pretty soon we end up teaching them. And then they're all crying, as many of us have, and wanting us to come to China. And they're all yogis in China. And how China is growing, how Russia is growing, is a phenomenon of what's going on now. And how we've grown in 50 years, the world has never seen. The wake up in consciousness, the world has not seen for thousands and thousands of years. And here we are. How did you find each other? Out of 7 billion people on the planet. How did you find yourself coming through the door? Through grace, through good fortune, through misery, through suffering, through heartbreaks, through disease, through anything that brought you here. We always say no one comes to yoga if they're so happy. We usually come when something's missing. And I'm finding more and more that the missing element is purpose. That if you do not have a purpose of why you're here in this life, you will get sick, you'll possibly die, you'll give up, you'll never be happy without purpose. Purpose may change. When you were 7 years old, your purpose was very different. When you were 20, maybe it was different. But that drive for purpose, and the background of that is when we come to know that the idea is not to expect what life is supposed to give you, but you ask the question, what am I supposed to give to life? That's when you find purpose. That's when you will never be a victim again. Will never blame other people. To be on purpose. To get up in the morning on purpose. To eat on purpose. To go to work on purpose. It's a whole different world than, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what to eat. I don't know if I should go to yoga. I don't know if I should get divorced. I don't know if I should stay married. All this. It makes you tired. It makes you weary. And it makes you sick. So most of us don't want to go there anymore. Depression comes from boredom. Boredom comes from no purpose. You cannot get depressed if you have purpose. So I'd like to ask you, as we start our practice today, what is your purpose? Why are you here? Not in just this room, but in life itself. Many years ago, I took a course, like 20 years ago. It was on purpose. That was the course. And the woman teaching it said, if you were to die now, what would be on your gravestone? You know gravestone? What would be written there? You know how people write things? A good father, or all this kind of stuff. At that time, The only thing I could say, pathetically, was she cleaned a good house. She was a good house cleaner. I didn't have much more to bring to that. Maybe it was 30 years ago. And I realized I have to do more than that to keep just my house clean. So perhaps today it is a good question, even though many of us, I'm sure, will be cremated, is how would you be remembered if you left right now? Because no one has a promise. And when you leave and you ascend, what will you have left? Because planet Earth is collective consciousness of, if we leave a pearl here, having done something good, having done something kind, having helped with something instead of just taken, then we leave a vibration that's collectively will uplift the planet to the generations to follow. But if you leave nothing except even take with you, because you live just for yourself your whole life, and really you can look at planet Earth now, and that's collective energy right now, would you agree? Each country is fighting for their own thing. Each government had their own thing. We're fighting against each other. People are not just saying, what can I do to help change this world, to bring this world into goodness? It's like more for me, or my country, or my business, or my family, whatever it is. Now, does that mean that you should just become a renunciate and give everything away and just have a begging bowl? No. It means you can earn a great deal of money as long as you're not hurting and stepping and destroying other people. If by grace, good. But then, give it away. Give away things all the time. Don't let a day go where you're not giving something. Maybe it's a phone call to someone, I love you. Maybe it's some cookies to somebody. Maybe it's a hug. Maybe it's something you bought. A candle, anything. We know that's real happiness is, right? Yesterday it was Thanksgiving in America. And Thanksgiving, we give in thanks. And actually the greatest act and the greatest satisfaction is to give. To give love, because in giving love, in itself it stands alone, because that's where we get. We get from giving. We get everything we want, everything we've ever wanted by giving. And that's what it is. Giving. So, I think you'll like this. It's more of a modern version. Wow. Of Guru Nanak. Can this gentleman come up, since it's quite heavy? Will you come up and hold it up? It's Guru Nanak, and you can see. Yeah, take it around. It's a psychedelic Guru Nanak.